Just out having a little bit of a walk in one of my favourite spots today. I noticed that Lucas Labrador, or Justin the Preacher, or Brother Justin as he is now known, he always makes his videos while he's out walking his dogs, or nearly always. And I thought today, you know, I'd do a bit of one as well. I have to crouch a bit because the tripod's not high enough. I think that's why he probably sits down a lot. Anyway, see you in a bit. So in a way, this is a kind of tribute to Lucas Labrador, in the sense that I do like his countryside videos, in the sense that I like the countryside. What he actually says is something different, but I'd say a bit of a tribute, except he seems to think that by showing nature, he's sort of saying that God created all this nature, and in fact not really the case. I wish to show that there is a lot of evolution out here. For instance, we see at the moment I'm in a wood, and woodland was once a big part of Britain. They say that a squirrel, for instance, could go from one end of Britain, one end of England anyway, to the other, just on treetops. And of course that's not the case now. This is quite a small area, and a lot of things have happened thanks to humanity, to be honest. There used to be wild boar in these forests, and of course even bears at one time. They've all gone. Wolves, of course, they've gone. Things do change, things do evolve through predators and through the changing of the environment. But we're going to carry on to another spot. What you may or may not see here is this area. The ground is absolutely full of sand. It's a heathland, but we are actually in the middle of England, and this sand is basically from ancient seas, and we couldn't be further from the sea. So that's interesting. So if you go back further, you'll find much further, you'll find that once there was an ancient seabed here. Okay. Now this woodland is considered a working woodland, and they do plant a lot of conifer trees, something which isn't natural or to this area, but they're fast growing, and that's, as I say, it's a working woodland, and in some ways that's helped preserve parts of it. But once again, it's constantly changing. This very small area here, well, this tiny area here has been replanted, and in a few years' time they'll be cutting these down again. Thank you for that, Darwin. So things do get preserved depending on sort of human needs and human wants and desires. The entire world has changed because of humans, and okay, it's so that we can find a better environment for ourselves. And we see a lot of people saying want to preserve the woodlands, and of course that's a great thing, but they have changed massively over the years, and more woodlands would be nice. I don't know where I'm going on this, but when you do come out and see the beauty and wonders of nature, you don't just see God, you see an ever-changing environment, an ever-changing zeitgeist, if you like. And in my lifetime things may not change that much, but in just a few decades, a few generations I should say, then things will change enormously. This area I'm in here now, is right next to a railway line, and its preservation has really been due, surprisingly, to the fact that a railway line runs alongside it, and that is meant to not been built on, and it's been preserved. In fact, this small piece is now a designated nature reserve. Anyway, I'll press on and have a look around this place. Wonderful. Very scary. All right. Now this area here, it's been replanted with oak trees, which is of course very nice. A bit uniform, they go in straight lines, which perhaps I wouldn't have done, but it's nice to see that the replanting has been going ahead. These are about, I think, about 8 years old now. I've been walking for a while. I remember when they were just tiny little sort of seedlings and saplings, I think you call them. And beautiful spot though. It's coming on. I don't think in my lifetime I'm going to actually see the real beauty that they've planted here, but maybe for future generations, and there is a hope. Anyway, see a bit. Now, this is an area that's changed quite a bit. It's used to call it the haunted woodland because it was so dark that the light didn't really penetrate through. You could come on a really bright summer's day and it would be so dark inside that I nicknamed it the haunted woodland because nothing grew underneath the trees, and there were large conifer trees that had been planted. Now what they've done this time, and it's really commendable, is that they have again grown things like oak and elders, and there are some native plants planted here again to probably re-establish this area as it once was. Obviously not the time of the when it was a beach. This is a good example of what I was saying earlier about sort of that haunted woodland that I was on about. As you see, the vegetation didn't grow below the trees, and this foreign woodland, well, it's been here some time now, and it is beautiful in a way of starkness. At the same time, it's the non-natural for this area. But of course these trees do very well on this sandy soil. Anyway, let's get on. Okay, so this is interesting, this puddle. Why? Well, the great humorist and novelist Douglas Adams once said of the puddle, if a puddle had consciousness and vision, then would it not, let's look at my dog there, would it not look around and assume that the environment was built for it? From the trees, the sky, everything around it. It seems to fit perfectly in the place in which it exists. And as it dries up, would it not have faith that it was still in the exact spot for which it should exist? So there you go, my tribute to Justin the Preacher, or Brother Justin, or Lucas Labrador, whatever you're called now. We don't seem to have a lot in common, but hey, we both like walking in the woods, and we both like nature. And perhaps that's just one small starting point. Peace.